nigga of the year. Get your shit together with your snowflake. I'm at the crib, man, and I'm just finishing up. Stop. Throw them bitches in the main. I'm telling you. You're gonna see the results, bro. You're gonna see it. This is what's really gonna help you out. You know how I feel about the home dogs. There's a lot of fight in the home dogs, and I really think a lot of shit to go over tonight. Who that scored all them points over there? Player of the night.
Get them in your lineups. Get them in there, and let's go get this money.
Thursday, let's go, and remember, in the sweatshop, we always keep it 300. What is going on? This is your DFS Jerusalem, back at it once again with you, rocking inside the DFS Sweatshop. Yo, much love to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody that's able to make it in and to chop it up, man. I would have done the show last night, but as many of you know, the wife and I, it was Wednesday night, it was date night. We decided to take our talents to Charlotte, and we hung out at the Beehive, man. We watched Kimba and Dwight Howard. We saw the homie Gary Harris get it in. It was a really, really good game. Well, it was good to see that talent level there. And, you know, to be a part of an NBA experience is always good. You never realize play. Like, these guys are super talented. And it was really, really dope to watch. The game did get away from the Denver Nuggets, so that was something that was kind of unexpected. And we didn't see a ton of, guys, which actually has become the featured 5. Because I added a category to that, man, just to show the shop some love, man. And then we're going to talk about how some cats did last night in the shop. We're also, we're going to chop up how some cats did in the shop, as well as just to taking a look at, what we can expect looking forward to the next slate. So let's go ahead and get it in, man, because we got a shorty, bro. We got a short 5-game slate popping off. As you know, when we go through those, I'm gonna be rocking with RotoQL, man. Really solid site. One of my favorite DFS tools. That's how we're gonna be taking a look at the games here. So let me go ahead and refresh that. Bam. James Key, man, good to see you, bro. Good to have you up in here. So let's go ahead. So Thursday, yeah, bam. We got 5-game slate popping off today. The games we've got Atlanta, Chicago, Dallas, Memphis, Boston, Milwaukee. We've got the Clippers and Portland, and we've got the New Orleans Pelicans going back to Sacramento. This is Boogie, no AD, going back to Sacramento. So I can already pretty much tell you who's going to be the most popular cat on the slate, pretty much. So let's go ahead, man. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and pop this open, and we're going to go to, check this out. We can really have a look. Let's go and jump into the feature 4 plays, bro. James King says, been following you since last season. You the man. Look forward to your videos daily. Yo, thank you, man. You the man. Thank you. Appreciate you, bro. Let's go ahead and chop it up. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna look at the feature 4 players. These are the 5, most talked about, tweeted about guys in the DFS Sweatshop, in the Facebook VIP, and as well as on Twitter. Here we go. The Who Dat scoring all the points over their play easily, automatically goes to Spencer Dinwiddie. Dinwiddie should have been the chalk. And I think a lot of people were burned by point guard chalk from the other slate, where a lot of us went Malcolm Delaney, kind of faded. Well, not faded, but just really didn't give much attention to Mike James and Phoenix. So when the early point guard chalk developed, once we figured out that deloading wasn't going to be playing and Spencer Dinwiddie was going to start at point guard, people kind of shied away, and they didn't play a lot of them. Well, I did, man. We were on them in the shop, and Spencer Dinwiddie damn near 10x on him. 42 in DK salary, goes out and scores 40 points on DraftKings. He played 32 minutes, 22 points, 5 boards, 6 assists, knocked down 4 3-point shots, also had a steal, and they beat the Brooklyn Nets beat Cleveland, bro. And that was crazy. That was awesome, man. So that's why tonight, Spencer Dinwiddie, he was the who that scoring on points over there play tonight. The next guy we're gonna talk about is the how did I miss that play? And this is crazy. This is crazy because I'm gonna show you. This is a guy. If you've been paying attention to me, if you've been paying attention to me since the beginning of the season, I've been talking about Vic Oladipo. Vic Oladipo. Watch interviews. Said he was gonna kill it. Said he was gonna destroy teams. He said he was upset with the way he was treated in Oklahoma City. So they go back to Oklahoma City, and people were talking about, oh my God, Paul George, Narrative Street, and you know the narratives don't work. If like, are you fucking kidding me, bro? They say narratives don't work. Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, basketball is the most selfish sport there is. Like basketball is the only sport where you really don't need anybody. Like NFL, the quarterback has to catch the ball. I mean, I'm not saying that you can play basketball on the floor by yourself, but it's the most independent of all the sports. Baseball, all of them. It's the most independent of all the sports. Of all the sports, the most independent. You know what I mean? So when people were like, "Oh yeah, Paul George narrative," look at it like this, bro. This is the first thing that I should have told you the Paul George narrative was stupid, and it was more Vic Oladipo. All right, number one, Paul George goes to a team where there's already like a bunch of fucking superstars. Point one. Number two, Paul George didn't want to be in Indiana. He was happy. He left Indiana, and went to Phoenix, a team that he feel like he had a better shot. He's making more money per year. He's happier. He's in a good spot. He's cool. Like he likes what happened. Vic Oladipo, on the other hand, felt shunned by Orlando, then felt like, oh man, when Orlando did him dirty, Oklahoma City was there for him. Oh, thanks, Oklahoma City. Oh, Russell Westbrook is one of the best players in the league. Triple double. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be the wingman to Russell Westbrook. Fuck yeah, let's go win some championships. Oh, I'm sorry, we're trading you. Again, you're not that kind of player. You're not a cornerstone player, is what the NBA said to Vic Oladipo. And he was like, you know what? Fuck y'all. I am, and I'm gonna show y'all every night on the floor. And that is why, if you're gonna look for any narrative in this game, as far as a revenge narrative, the revenge was not on Paul George. He didn't have any revenge against him. He didn't care. The only he might once they go play in Indiana, but at the crib in OKC, he doesn't care. Vic Oladipo going to OKC, a team that he really thought was there for him, and ownership that he hates them from the top to the bottom, bro. Like he really felt like the ownership was there and stepped in and saw this kid's career being like fuck with, and it was like, nah, that's a good player. Let's get him. That's what he thought. And they flipped on him, and that's why he's going ham. He's mad. He's playing angry. You can tell, bro. 36 minutes, 35 points. He's playing upset. Then you take the fact that the best player from the Indiana Pacers, Miles Turner, was not playing. Right? Was not playing. So the points had to come from somewhere. Him and Collison were like no-brainers, bro. But more often, more likely, it was Vic Oladipo. And then that's why the narratives work if you read them correctly. Number one, the narrative is only as good as the player. And Vic Oladipo is a very good young player. Very good young player. Let's get, this is the shot put me on play right here. This is I decided to add another category, and this is the play that the shot put me on. This is somebody, and I'm going to be real with you. I'm not like a fucking genius at this shit, okay? I'm going to give it to you like this. There's some plays that you guys give me a lot of credit for that I get on by just being in the VIP in the shop. And Clint Capella was one of those plays, bro. I can't remember who it was exactly, but one of the homies in the shop was like, yo, Nene just got ruled out. They really have nothing behind him. I'm talking about Tariq Black. They really have nothing behind him. I'm telling you, Clint Capella is a fucking lock for a huge double-double today. And I was like, I can see it. That maybe. So I start building some lineups, and I'm seeing where Clint Capella is fitting everywhere perfectly. Like, everything I'm trying to do, it all ends with Clint Capella. I'm like, man, this is crazy. I probably shouldn't go this hard. I was like 80% Clint Capella. And then I was like, fuck it. I'm going to leave it like that. And, bro, that's the only reason why I didn't lose my complete buy-in was because I had Clint Capella. Like, Capella was dope. Capella was dope. 54.5. This is the shop put me on play. Thank you so much to the homies in the DFS Sweatshop for putting me on Clint Capella. Next guy we talking about is going to be the heat check play tonight. And while, it wasn't easy for me to say, oh, Russell Westbrook, you scored the most points. You Heat check play tonight. Oh, Russell Westbrook is back. He's gonna be dropping 80 a game. Woo! Russell Westbrook, give me. You can't fade Westbrook. As much as I want to be able to say that shit, that's just not the fucking truth. The only reason why Westbrook went ham like that was because of the snowflake of the night. That's the only reason why. So LeBron tonight, even though you're a bully and you play like he pushes everybody down. Have you noticed that? Whenever they need 2 points, LeBron give me the ball. I'm gonna go push him down and drop the ball in the basket, and he does that, and he never caught anything. And the funniest shit, right? And this is why you gotta love LeBron James. The funniest shit, the funniest shit about LeBron James is when he pushes people down, puts the ball in the basket. They don't say anything. They don't call any fouls, even though he's like pushing people down. But when he pushes somebody down and misses, they call a foul on the guy that got pushed down. That LeBron James shit is real, bro. That LeBron. That LeBron. Yo, big homie, big note. What's up, big homie? Good to see you, fam. Yeah, yo, when LeBron like goes to the hole, pushes the cat down and misses, they be like, foul, tech on the guy that LeBron just pushed down. Like, it's funny the way they do that shit, bro. It's funny. So now let's talk about that one motherfucker, man. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna go too hard on this one motherfucker because I really didn't have much of him. I really didn't. Because I didn't believe he was good in the situation. I didn't think that the narrative really supported me going heavy on him like how everybody else did. And this motherfucker went out with his snowflake ass and only brought back 12.75 DraftKings points. How the fuck do you let everybody outscore you today, Paul George? Paul George, you are a motherfucking snowflake with your old snowflake ass, and I'm not going to roster your bitch ass again until you go back to Indiana. What? I'm going back to Indiana. Jackson 5. Now you need to, God, dog, bro. 8K for 12.75. What the hell kind of fool you take us for? Only played 19 minutes, bro. That's why Westbrook went off. That's why Westbrook went off. Major snowflake. Oh my God! But you did cats dirty. You stole from people. You stole. You might as well have on a ski mask, bro. Yo, where the fuck is Paul George's ski mask? This motherfucker is a snowflake robber. Jammed us up, bro. Motherfucker, your snowflake ass. And I ain't gonna roster your bitch ass again. Let's get on with the rest of the motherfucking show. Now, thought I really, yeah, see, found out. Thought it would be cool for me to go ahead and kind of chop this up, man, and you know, throw it out there. Let's throw it out there, and let's get into it. Let's get into it. Hit up on Twitter, and this is I want you to see, man, how well some cats did in the shop, man. Whether you went out and you won tons of money, or you had just a very solid day. That's what it's about, man. So this is the homie Rick Norris, man. Went out had a really good one. 323 was the score that he had. You see the logo shining. Another good night in the office. 2 good showings. Shout out to the shop. Let's keep it popping tomorrow. We will do our very best, big homie. So then you got Charles Jarvis actually on a winning streak in hoops. If this keeps up, I might actually play for some real money. Shout out to whoever talked up Jeff Green and Jakob Poeltl. Yeah, I was going to put Jeff Green as the player the shop put me on, but I didn't play him. And everybody was on Jeff Green. Yo, a lot of cats in the shop was like, I'm not fucking with that Shabazz Muhammad shit. I'm going to go Jeff Green. And it worked out well for them. Then the big homie, Edward McAdams. Much love to him, man. Yo, finished second place in the $25 single entry on FanDuel. Took home a stack. I like that. That's perfect. That's beautiful. Then we had, this is awesome. This is awesome. The homie Antonio Coley, man. 10 bands, 10 racks. That's right. He just won 10 racks. You see the logo is here, shining in first place. He won fourth, first, second. He went completely ham and won 10 bands. And when is it gonna be your turn? This is his lineup too. This is a homie Fantasy Killer. You see the logo, man. First place. He has Dinwiddie. He has Shabazz Muhammad. He has Kelly Oubre Jr., LeBron James, Clint Capella, of course, Russell Westbrook, Jeff Green, and Rudy Gobert. So big shout out to the king of the sweatshop, of course, Antonio Coley, aka Fantasy Killer 662, and to everybody else, man, that had decent lines, man. Big shout out to all of you, man. Thank y'all so much for being a part of my everyday life, man, and participating in the DFS sweatshop. So let's go ahead, man, and try to break up the slate, talk about it a little bit. Normally, on a 5-game slate, I wouldn't be issuing out like a core 4 of plays. I would say 5 games or less, find you an offense you like and really stack it. But as we're looking, I think this is a slate where I still can develop, a sort of a core of specific plays and kind of go there. So I'm going to try to take that approach today, and I'm also going to do some stacks too. But let's go ahead and look at the games, okay? The first game you got is the Atlanta Hawks going to Chicago, take on the Bulls. Now, Chicago really put up a fight against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, either the Cavs are that bad, or the Bulls do have a team to contend with. Now, the Lauri Markkanen kid at 6.5, he's a guy on a short slate like this. You've got to make use of him somewhere. The price, it doesn't scream value, but the production that he's been having lately kind of does at 6.5K. So that's a guy that I do have interest in. Jerry Grant at 6.5, I can get there. We know, point guard against the Atlanta Hawks is a thing, and that's no matter if Malcolm Delaney is playing or no matter if you're going to see Dennis Schroeder, who is out. So stack 5 games or less. Yes, stack 5 games or less. That's how I'm rocking. All right, so we've got Malcolm Delaney on the other side, priced at 4.8. I think he's a guy that you can give a go. Maybe he has a better outing than he had last game out, which he did hit. He did hit value, 6 times value, but at 4.8, that's a big price jump, right? Yeah. This is FanDuel. This is FanDuel. It's FanDuel. Or you want to go? Okay, I can go to DraftKings too, just so you have a look, on both sites on how it looks. Okay, because marketing on DraftKings is priced at 5.9. Okay, usable. You've got Justin Holiday at 6K. I think that's going to be usable against the Hawks. Jerry Grant at 5.5. That's usable. And on the other side, you got Bays at 5.2. He's usable. He's taken so many shots without the homie on the court, man. He's just taking so many shots. So I think he's definitely going to be usable. You got Torian Prince here at 5.7, another usable play. Malcolm Delaney is at 4.4. You can use that if you like. John Collins, man, I love me some John Collins at 5.5. Even though he's coming off of the bench, he's still a guy that you can use, man. I love Justin's minutes. Been getting 35 plus per game. That's coming from Bagley, 232. Yes, he has been getting some minutes. He has been. Denzel Valentine off of the bench is somebody who I really like too. At 4K, very solid price. Should still get solid minutes off of the bench and can shoot fairly well. Dennis Schroeder is out. Yeah, Schroeder is out. He is out. He's got a bone bruise, bro. So I don't see him coming back like for the next maybe the next week or so. He's got a bone bruise. That's gonna take some time. Now this is only a 201.5 point total, so I wouldn't say invest a ton in this game, but I could definitely see grabbing a couple of pieces. Like you like marketing, you like Denzel Valentine. You get to a place in your roster builds where you've got 4K left and you need a guy. I think Denzel Valentine could be a guy that you use. All right, Coach Stu, what's up, big homie? That's my dude. That's my dude. All right. Next game we got is gonna be the Dallas Mavericks and the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, these teams like just played each other. You got a slow total, a 199 total. What does that tell you? That tells you that you look at the totals. Sometimes people think that if the total was low, it means you can't play the game. That's not necessarily true. What that means is the less points that are going to be scored, that are projected to be scored, that means you can have a better gauge on where the points are actually going to be scored. Because let's say if the total was like 230 or something, 220. That doesn't just mean that the starters are going to go ham. It means that the starters and the bench players are going to go ham. It means scoring is going to be more spread out. So if you got a low point total game, that means that the total is going to be more concentrated toward the stars, the guys that are going to be getting the most minutes. So I don't have an issue with a low total game like this. You look at the Memphis Grizzlies, man, in an 8-point spread against the Dallas Mavericks team, and you can give me all the Mike Conley at 7.9, 7.1 at home. I love him in this spot. I think this is a Conley Gasol game where you just play both of them and you keep it moving. If you wanted to rock with someone like James Ennis at 4K, I wouldn't have an issue there. We know how bad the Dallas Mavericks have been. Dallas slows you down, bro, but Fizz got Grizzlies playing faster. And see, that's why I don't think I could play a ton of Memphis. But you give me Conley, you give me Gasol, and I wouldn't have an issue with that, especially with those guys both being priced under 8K on DraftKings. That is an excellent complementary tandem to use. Excellent. On the other side, you got Harrison Barnes, who does kind of interest me at 5.1. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest with that. That does kind of interest me. And you've got JJ Barea coming off of the bench at 4.3. Maybe a guy that I can use here. And that will be about it. I don't want to play point guards against the Memphis Grizzlies here. I really don't. I really don't. Smith shut him down. Dallas shows you down, bro. But Fizz got they just played each other, man. They just played each other. Take a look at what Mike Conley did exactly. Yeah, Mike Conley had 35.25. He went for 5 times away. So at home he should do a little better. Smith Jr. He did play good yesterday. But I don't play point guards at the grindhouse. And it wasn't all that great. He had 28 points. It wasn't all that great. He fell short of value, actually. 28.75 DraftKings points. He fell short of value. And I don't play point guards at the grindhouse. Nah. It's all back-to-back. That is an interest. That is an interest. That is something to pay attention to. But it's kind of, man, it's too early in the season to worry about back-to-backs, though. You know what I mean? It's way too early in the season to worry about back-to-backs for Marc Gasol. So I wouldn't have an issue there. All right? So next game we got is going to be the Boston Celtics and the Milwaukee Bucks. Man, Kyrie Irving is priced at 8.7. I have been trying to stick with Kyrie. I've been trying to rock a Kyrie. But, man, I just don't know about him and, you know, what he is bringing to the table. I think that the morale is down, especially for him. Because I think, you know, while Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are taking the Gordon Hayward injury as like, hell yeah, this is a chance. This is a chance for us to show what we are made of. Like, that's how Brown and Tatum are looking at it. Some of the more experienced veterans on the team are looking at this shit like, damn, there's no way we can compete now without Gordon Hayward. You know what I'm saying? And you can tell, like, that's how Kyrie is playing. Kyrie is playing like he knows this is a decent young team. Like, they're not like, you know, Eastern Conference contenders in his mind without Gordon Hayward. You could tell he feels that way. But Jaylen Brown and Tatum, man, yo, they're balling. They're balling. They're young. They're playing free. They don't have to worry about competing for minutes. They know they're going to be locked in. So, and I like both of those cats, man. I think both of those cats are going to be in play for me. I really do. You got Baines that's still priced at 3.3. If he doesn't get the start, I think you have to take a look at him. Now, he did have an injury situation in the last game they played, but I think that's all well and done. Terry Rozier at 5.8 is just a little bit too much for how much he costs for coming off of the bench. I can't get there. Al Horford, I do like him. You'll remember, bro, Milwaukee. Okay, somebody's about to say it. ACP went on ahead and said it. You can attack rebounding against Milwaukee, so Horford too. Okay, both of these teams can be attacked rebounding the basketball. We just saw Enes Kanter grab like 20 boards against the Boston Celtics, and I'm gonna attack Boston rebounding the basketball. I think Greg Monroe is in play at 4.4. I really do. I think this is a game where we see Greg Monroe jump off of the bench, give us some quality rebounding minutes, and actually put back, score a little bit. Giannis, sometimes you got to look at the slate. You got to step back and look at a slate, a smaller one, like with 5-game joints, and say, okay, fuck it. I understand that value is an issue. I understand that at 12K, I need this dude to score, to make the value that I really want to make. I need this dude to score 78 points or whatever, 70-something points, right? But sometimes you just need to have the motherfucker who scores the most. You need to have a cat that scores the most points. And I'm telling you, I don't think anybody's going to want to pay for Giannis in this spot. I think the hype on the homie going back to Sacramento is going to be so heavy that people are going to be in spots where they can't get to Giannis because they're paying for Boogie. That's what I think. I think everybody's going to be paying for Boogie. People are not really going to get to Giannis. And I think Giannis can be a really solid play. And he's already shown, like, he's led like 2 slates in scoring. So take a look. Take a look at Giannis here at 12K. He's a guy that can just score the most. Yeah, Cousins is going to be super high on. And he should be. So Chris Middleton at 6.3, another guy that I do have interest in. I don't want any of that Tony Snell, Matthew Dellavedova shit. I'm cool on that. I don't need any of that. Next game we got is going to be the Los Angeles Clippers and the Portland Trailblazers. Now, generally, Blake Griffin rocks in Portland. Like I think he's like sprawling in Portland. I really do. Let's take a look. Yeah, versus the Trailblazers. Yeah, 55, 53, 51. Like he crushes against them. And that a lot of that was with Chris Paul too, but he crushes against them. And I think that he's still in play at 9.5, most assuredly. I like DeAndre Jordan here at 7.8. I think he's a guy that's in play. Patrick Beverly defense, him being on Dame Lillard, does make me want to. I'm going to curb my enthusiasm about Dame in this spot, man. I don't really want to fuck with him, but I do like Al-Farouq Aminu here. I think Harkless at 4K is a guy that's in play because with Damian Lillard having such a tough time with Patrick Beverly, I think that the scoring got to come from somewhere, and it could come from the wing with guys like like Aminu, Harkless, maybe even Evan Turner off of the bench here. Those are guys I'm gonna like. If we got Milos Teodosic is still out, so we're gonna see solid minutes for the coach's son at 4.4. And you can attack, bro. I like a lot of this Clippers shit. I like a lot of that Clippers shit because you can attack the Portland front court. I mean back court. You can attack the Portland front court. Lillard killed him in Houston. No McCollum. I don't love the backcourt at all. I really don't. I don't love the backcourt at all. I really don't. 212 total. That means the points are going to come from other places than the starters, like off of the bench. Going to be some scoring too. I would look at some of the wing guys and maybe Evan Turner. I would shy away from the starters here. Give me some Lou Will maybe, guy that I might be able to look at. I like the Clippers a lot, and Portland is favored in this game. I like the Clippers a lot. I think the Clippers can win this game. Last game on the slate, New Orleans Pelicans and the Sacramento Kings. Listen, this is a proper revenge narrative, okay? I'm going to show you. Okay, this is a proper revenge narrative, okay? I'm gonna lace it out for you step by step. Okay, so we got Boogie. First, they make this a great revenge narrative. Number one, Anthony Davis is a game time decision. He's probably not going to play. So that's that. That's number one. Number two, Sacramento. Well, Boogie feels like Sacramento kind of did him dirty. He does. Okay? The one strike against this is that he is now in a better situation. He's in a better situation, so he may be a little happier about being in New Orleans. But if you go back and you look at what he did in the Sacramento community, how much the community loved him, and how awesome they thought he was, maybe that can take a little bit of the growl away from Boogie. But then you remember that it's DeMarcus Cousins, and he is a immature, irresponsible dickbag who, like, on the court he's an asshole on the court, and once the first tip off, he's gonna want to score as many fucking points as possible. This is a great spot for him. They told him he was traded during an interview. He was so pissed. Yes, it's coming from Coach Stu. You are right. So this is a proper revenge narrative. He's going back where the fans are gonna love him. He's going back to a place where the fans love him. The ownership hated him, and now he's in a better situation. You gotta play Cousins. You gotta play Cousins. You gotta play Cousins here. And with no Davis, especially with no Davis. If by some chance Anthony Davis does play, then you don't want to be all over Cousins with everybody else. But you gotta play him, bro. You gotta play him. Let's look at okay. Davis is listed questionable for Thursday's game against the Kings. An MRI cleared Davis of any structural damage in left knee following Tuesday's. Yeah, he lost a knee fight. He bumped a knee and he got into a knee fight and he lost it. So, given Davis' injury history, it would be surprising if the Pelicans were as cautious as possible with the superstar big man, though another update should be available following Thursday's morning shoot-around. So, get in touch. I'm going to get in touch or do my best to get in touch with the New Orleans Pelicans beat writer and see exactly what's going on with Anthony Davis. So, we got Drew Holiday at 6.2. Also, I like Drew Holiday in this spot too. I think he's usable. You got Boogie. You've got Jameer Nelson at 3.9. I think he can come in and have some solid minutes off of the bench here. Give me some Buddy Hield at 5K. I like him. I think that De'Aaron Fox is in play at 5.7, even though he's coming off of the bench. I don't love George Hill, but he's 4.8. Scala BCR at 4.7 looks pretty usable. So this can be a good one, man. This is probably gonna be a really good game because neither one of these teams are very great. And it is a 203-point total, so you can kind of tell where the points are going to be coming from. Willie Cauley-Stein at 5.6 does interest me as well. So, nice. It's going to be a good one, man. Bojan Bogdanovic as a value play. 4.4. I can dig that. I can dig that. So let's take a look, and I want to find a 3K play, somebody that we can take a look at, like for the cheap, for the cheap. 3K play today. Who is it? 3K play today. So we got Connaughton. I think could be a cheap value play. I like him. It's not a lot to love on a 5-game slate for cheap guys. Make sure we hit the like button, everyone. Oh yeah, please, yeah, hit the like button, man. Show me some love. Show the homie some love. Jameer 3.9, yeah, I like that as a cheaper play. I like that as a cheaper play. Boy, hey, look, there's not a lot for the cheap. Pat Connaughton at 3K, I kind of like that though. I think I can get there with him. K Felder, yep. He's in Chicago too. K Felder for the cheap at 3K. Alrighty. Luke Babbitt had some solid minutes. He did. And yo, this is a ton of injuries too. Look at the Hawks, bro. Bellinelli is a game time decision. Ersan is a game time decision. Schroeder, Bembry. If all of that is taking place and all of those guys aren't playing, then Luke Babbitt at 3K does have to interest you some because he's going to get some minutes. He does. If AD plays, it would be a monster day. Yes. Yes. All right. So not a lot to love in the realm of the 3Ks, but we're looking good, man. Oh, quick question. When I'm doing NFL, yo, I'm chopping up the NFL slate. We're gonna come in at 5:30. We're gonna come in at 5:30, and I think we're gonna do some NFL as well because of course Thursday Night Football is kicking off tonight, so we're gonna rock with that too. But yo, much love for everybody, man. Participating in the stream. Thank you all so much. Don't forget to like and share, man. Subscribe to the YouTube. And if you're on iTunes, go over to iTunes and rate that thing and review that thing. Show the homie some love. John Collins sneaky play. He ain't sneaky no more, bro. Everybody on John Collins. He ain't sneaky no more. He ain't sneaky no more. Yeah, power 3.1. Yep. All right, so let's go ahead, man. Have an awesome and profitable Thursday. We're gonna meet later on at about 5:30. Talk a little bit NFL, talk some NBA, and get shit popping, man. Yo, stay tuned, man, because Saturday, me and the Iceman, Ronald Coley, Saturday at 9:30, we will be chopping up the NFL slate in its entirety, breaking that shit all the way down, building lineups, ready to roll Sunday morning. Much love to all of you. Shout out. Y'all have a wonderful and profitable Thursday night. And remember, we keep it real. We keep it honest. And we always keep it 300. Peace.